everyone, my name is Betty and thank you for joining me. So this is the last in the 4 videos of this playlist. So this practice we're going to be flowing through sun cells, so we're going to be doing down dogs and lowering down onto the floor, so we're going to be on those wrists. So it's kind of the same thing if you've watched the other videos, but perhaps just a little bit more heat will be created within the body. So let's just come to a comfortable seated position. That's my clock. Sorry. Come to a comfortable seated position. Hi everyone, my name is Betty. Thank you for joining me. So this is the last in this playlist. So we're going to be doing the same, working with the same postures, but we're going to be flowing through some sun salutations as well. So we are going to be going through down dogs and things like that. So we're going to be on the wrists and stuff. So it's using the same postures that we've done, but perhaps just creating more fire, more heat in the body, more of a flow. But let's get started. So find a comfortable seat for you, legs out long or cross-legged. Rest the hands in the lap or on the thighs. Soften the gaze, perhaps close the eyes. And just start to bring yourself into your body, into this moment. Just thank yourself for rolling out your mat, for dedicating a time for yourself. If you turn the video off now, you have done yoga because you took a moment to yourself. I hope you don't, but hope you practice with me. But just showing up is enough. And remember that if there's anything that feels challenging, just adapt and change. Use your props, lower a knee, skip a vinyasa flow, whatever you need to do. Let's just take some breaths in together. So inhale through the nose, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale consciously, exhale consciously, inhale, expand, exhale, soften. Release the hands down by the sides. Maybe keep the eyes closed, maybe you flutter them gently open. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come out to the sides and up. Exhale. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, heart center. This time we inhale, raise the arms forward and up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's release the left hand down by the side. Inhale, right arm comes up, and then we just side bend. Keep the sit bones grounded, so both, and you reach as far as you can. Think about sending the right knee down as you send the right arm over to the other side. So if you get your forearm down and you can keep your sit bones grounded, then do that. If doing that means you lift your sit bones up, then keep your elbow lifted. One more breath. Exhale, let's go to the other side. Same again, but this time it's the left knee we're grounding down as we send the left arm over. Keep the chest open. Remember, just do what feels good for your body. One more breath in. Exhale, come all the way back up through to center. That left hand, we're going to, right hand, going to take the back of the hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale, exhale, we twist to the left. Gently come back through to center. Set up the hands for the other side. Inhale, exhale, we twist. Gently come back through to center. Hands are going to come onto the floor in front of you, and one at a time we're going to stretch them forward like we're reaching. As you do that, think about separating the shoulders to the outside of the body. We're reaching forward. When you get to as far as you can keep your sit bones on the ground, then you can relax the head and the neck down. So perhaps you are all the way up here and you're just tucking the chin now. Perhaps you're able to lower your forearms, your elbows down. You can always use a block under the head. One more breath. Gently walk the hands back to the body, and let's come to a tabletop position. So we've got hips over our knees, and we've got our shoulders over the wrists. Just take a little look at your hands. Make sure your fingers are really nice and spread. You want your index finger pointing towards the front of the mat. Your thumbs are kind of pointing towards each other diagonally. And you're kind of just gently gripping the mat. From here, drop the belly, lift the gaze, cow pose. And then we round the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest. Push the hands gently down into the mat, as well as the knees and the shins. So with the breath, we inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, we round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, we round. Come back through to center. Lift the right leg up and back. Reach. You've either got the foot flexed, so it means you're sending the heel to the back of the room, or you're pointing your toes. And then lift the left arm up, reaching it forward. Long line. Imagine someone's pulling your hand, someone's pulling your leg. Lengthen the spine. Draw the belly button up towards the body and release. Second side. Left leg extends out behind you. Try to keep the hips square, so don't lift the leg too high, okay? Doesn't matter if it's only just above the ground, but don't have it too high because we want to keep the spine straight. Then the right arm reaches forward. Not that there's any problem if we were bringing extension to the spine, just not quite yet. Reach, reach, reach. One more breath. Exhale and release. Right leg goes out again. This time, bend the knee. Then we're going to lift our left hand. We're going to bring the left hand behind us. Grab the foot. Push the foot into the hand. And as you do that, slowly lift the gaze. So now we're bringing extension into the spine. And release. Second side, left leg goes back, bend the knee, right arm comes round, grab the foot, push the foot into the hand. As you do that, it's going to pull your shoulder back, and that will hopefully lift your chest, lift your gaze. Take a breath in, exhale, release. Step the hands just a little step forward, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. So it's our first down dog. So let's pedal out the legs. So we bend one knee and then you release the opposite heel to the mat and then keep going. So just one side and the other. And then find stillness in your down dog. Make sure you just check, maybe have a look or see if you can just feel that your hands are nice and spread. You're pushing down through your hands. Lift the heels, bend your knees, and then see if you can push down through the hands and reach your belly to your thighs. And then slowly release the heels back down to the mat. Lift the heels, bend the knees, belly to thighs, and then straighten the legs. One more time. Lift the heels, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and then straighten the leg. Take a breath in and down dog. Exhale. This time bend the knees, look at the hands, and take a nice little walk up to the top of the mat. Coming into that forward fold, trying to get belly to the thighs, sending the tailbone up. Maybe hold opposite elbows, rock a little side to side. And then release the hands, bend the knees generously and slowly roll up. Remember, head is the last thing that comes up. Arms are nice and heavy. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders up and back. Wonderful, mountain pose. So feet hip distance, maybe together if you like that. Hands down by the sides. Feel the ground under the feet. Tuck the tailbone, shoulders nice and soft. Inhale, we raise the arms. Exhale, fold at the hips. Remember to bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Take a breath in. And then lower the knees, tuck the elbows, lower belly, chest to mat. Hands stay under the shoulders. Gently push down through the tops of the feet. Gently push down through the hands. Tuck the elbows into the sides of the body. Cobra. Exhale, release. Push up onto the knees. And then downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. And then as you inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Then draw the leg under the body, bring the knee to the nose, so round the upper back, and then step the foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee. Hands come onto the thigh. Inhale, lift up. And then we raise the arms up. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the hands. Frame that front foot. Wiggle the front foot forward a little bit. And then draw back and straighten that front leg. If you need blocks under the hands, grab the blocks. Think about drawing the toes back. Stretching out that calf, drawing that right hip back. Take a breath in. Exhale, rebend that front knee. Plant the left hand, and we're just going to twist and open up towards the right, reaching that top arm up. One more breath. Exhale. Lower that hand. Bring the hands back to the thigh. As you inhale, we're going to reach up again. This time, you might need to grab a block. Place the block on the outside of that right knee. Left arm comes up and we just side bend. If you can lower the block, you might be able to bring the hands all the way to the mat. One more breath in. Exhale, come back through to center. Release the hands. Step the front foot back. Half plank. Tuck the elbows in. Lower belly, chest to mat. Inhale to that cobra. Keep the arms into the body if you can. Exhale, release. Push up through onto the knees. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in, down dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. And then bring the knee to the nose, rounding the spine. And then step that left foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee. Hands onto the shins. Inhale, rise up. And then we lift up the arms. Low lunge. And then lower your left hand down. Find that block. Place it onto the outside of that left hip. And we side stretch, side bend. Remember, you can place your hand onto the floor. Just be careful if there's any pinching in the hip or anything. Come back through to center. Release the hands down. Frame that front foot. Just wiggle the front foot forward a little bit. That really helps when you pull it back into that half split, half monkey pose. So draw back. Remember, if you need hands on the block, just draw the toes back, draw the left hip back. Deep breaths, then rebend that front knee, plant that right hand, and we're just going to twist open to the left, reaching up. See if you can stack shoulders on top of each other. If you're here, don't worry about it. Just think about sending that top shoulder up and back. One more breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Step back, half plank, tuck the elbows in, lower belly, chest to mat. Inhale to that cobra. Maybe you come up a little higher now. Exhale, release. Then push up onto the knees. And downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Bellies to thigh, bellies to thigh, belly to thighs. And then start to straighten the legs. Lift the heels, bend the knees, belly to the thighs. And then straighten the legs. One more time. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Press the belly to the thighs and then straighten the legs. Take a breath in and out. Bend the knees, look forward, step up. Maybe you take one step, maybe you take a few. Hands on the shins or thighs as you come up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach all the way up. Palms come together. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Take a breath in. Release the hands to the hips. Then just have a little look at your feet. Make sure they're hip distance, maybe a little bit wider, okay? Because we're going to come into warrior one. So step the right foot back and lower the back heel. So we want our foot back foot, excuse me, at a diagonal, 45 degrees roughly. Press down through the outer edge, the pinky foot. Bring the hips forward, lean into that front leg, and then just make sure that your knee's not dipping in. So you want equal weight through the outside and the inner arch of that front foot, pressing down through the balls and the heel, engaging that front leg. Of course, if you don't want so much of a deep bend, then draw back. Arms come forward and up. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Lower into that front knee, engaging the legs. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands come to the hips. Straighten the front leg. Now I like to keep my hands on my hips so that as I fold forward, I can make sure that I'm keeping my hips square. So fold over, coming into pyramid. So we're trying to bring our belly to that front thigh. So that left hip we're drawing back and the right hip is still drawing forward. When you get to as far as you want to, maybe you find blocks. Maybe your hands come all the way to the mat. Release the head and the neck. So in pyramid, our legs are super active. They're pushing down equally the front and the back foot. The legs are really switched on. They're holding us up. But then our upper body is super relaxed. Take a breath in and exhale. Then just rise up halfway, lengthen the spine, rebend that front knee, bring the hands back to the hips. Inhale, we rise up. Come back into that Warrior One position. Keep the left hand on the hip, right arm comes forward and up, and we just side bend. Keeping the hips center. Take a breath in. Exhale, come through to center. That top arm opens to the back. We twist. Just our upper body. Keep the hips square. Maybe you bring both arms forward. Maybe bring the left arm forward to come into a T shape. Then drop the back hand. Come forward. We're going to come into Warrior 3. So let's release the hands and we're going to find the blocks. Back foot, we're just going to step up about halfway, coming up onto the tiptoes. Step the blocks forward, then lift the back leg up, lifting and bringing length into the spine. Soften that standing knee, and then maybe we lift the hands off the blocks, bringing palms to heart center, aeroplane arms. Maybe your arms come forward. Virabhadrasana 3. One more breath. Exhale. Release the hands, bend that standing leg, and release the back foot. Step back, plank pose. Lower the knees or tuck the elbows in, lower belly, chest to mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Push up, knees or plank. Downward facing dog. Press down through the hands. Lift the tailbone up. Reaching the heels down to the mat as much as you can. Think length in the spine. One more breath. Exhale. Bend the knees, look forward. Stepping up. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms come together. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the hands to the hips. Feet, let's check, hip width apart at least, if not a little bit wider. Then let's step our left foot back, lowering the heel. It's a 45-degree angle with that back foot. Front foot is pointing towards the front of the mat, and we're bending into that front knee. Arms come forward and up. Double check, you're just pressing to the outside of that back foot, pinky edge, and then the front foot is equal. So we're not going out, in, forward, back. Sink a little deeper into that front knee. Then release the hands to the hips. Straighten that front knee. Keep hands on the hips so that as you fold over, come into pyramid, keep the hips as square as you can. Remember, if you need those blocks on either side of the front foot, draw that front hip back. Push down through the feet, release the head, the shoulders. One more breath here in pyramid. And inhale, come up halfway. Bend the front knee again. Then really push down through the feet. Hands back onto the hips. Inhale, rise up. Keep the right hand on the hip, Left arm comes forward and up. And then we just open up the left side of the body as we just gently, little bit, reach over to the left. To the right, sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Getting all my lefts and rights higgledy-piggledy. Come back through to center. That left arm, that top arm comes behind you as you open up the top part of the chest, the shoulders. See if you can keep the hips square. And then if you want to, that right arm can come out, reaching to the front edge of the mat. So we're coming to T-shaped arms. Maybe you just bend a little bit deeper into that front leg, front knee. One more breath. Exhale, release the back hand. And then we're going to lean forward, grab our blocks, step the back foot in, because that's going to just help you step your blocks forward so that you can lift that left leg, the back leg up, soft bend in that standing knee. Maybe you start to bring the hands off the blocks. Back foot, that top foot is flexed or pointed. And then your hands are at the hips, heart center. Whatever feels good for you. Maybe they're just hovering above the blocks. Virabhadrasana 3. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, bend that standing leg. Plant the hands, step back. Plank pose. Take a breath in. Lower the knees if you wish. Tuck the elbows. Lower belly, chest to mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. And then push up onto the knees. Big toes together. Knees wide. Child's pose. Sit the sit bones back onto the heels. Lower the head down. Belly in between the legs. Nice deep breaths. Feel the belly expand across the upper back. Then gently walk the hands back towards the body and just come to a staff pose. So bring your legs out long in front of you. Just tap out the backs of the legs. And then let's bend that left knee. Step the foot over. Hug the left knee with the right arm. And we twist towards the left side. Release, come back to center. Sole of that foot just comes onto the inner thigh and just allow the knee to drop open. If you need a block under the knee, please feel free. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. So perhaps you fold and your hands come close to your knee. Maybe you rest your hands on your shin. Maybe you're able to hold on to your foot. You can always bend that straight leg as well, if that helps. One more breath. Exhale, gently come back up. Your left hand, you're just going to place behind you onto the mat. Your right arm, you're going to sweep it forward. Keep going. And then you're going to push up onto that left shin and open the chest up towards the sky. Come back down. Bring that right arm down, sweep it back towards the front leg. Yeah. Extend the left arm, tap the legs, bend the right knee, step that right foot over, hug the leg in, and we twist towards the right. And when you hug the leg in, really try and hug it in, because then you're going to really encourage a nice stretch in the hips. One more breath. Exhale, come forward. Sole of that foot just comes to the inner thigh. Just open it up. And then we come to our forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Remember as well, apologies, I didn't say this before, if you have a strap or a tie or a belt or a sock, you can always wrap that around that straight leg as well and pull your chest forward. Release, gently come back up. Place that right hand just behind you, just behind the sit bones. The left arm you sweep forward, then comes to the right side as you push up onto that right shin. And then just open up the body if you can to the sky. And then drop back down again, coming forward. Straighten the right leg, tap out the backs of the knees, and then come and lie down. Hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. And then extend the left leg, bring the left hand to that right knee, right arm just comes out to the side, and just draw that right knee over to the left. keep that right shoulder grounded. So don't worry about getting the knee to the ground. Keep the shoulder grounded. Use the hand to encourage the knee across. That's gonna twist and stretch the body. One more breath. Come back through to center. Switch legs. Draw the left knee over to the right side. Keep that left shoulder grounded now. Don't worry where the knee is. One more breath. Exhale, come back to center. Hug both knees in again. And then draw the knees to the outside of the body. So open the legs up and then draw the feet up to the ceiling so the ankles are in line with the knees. Grab hold of the outside of the feet. Maybe you're just holding on behind the knees. Happy baby. Maybe for a second, just rock a little side to side. Come back to center. Think about drawing the knees to the mat as you stamp your lower back to the floor. One more breath. Exhale. Release. Extend the legs out long. Arms out to the sides. Close the eyes. Soften the legs, the arms, the feet, the hands. And just rest here for a few moments in your Shavasana. Allow the body to just rest. Follow the breath in and out. Gently start to wiggle the toes, the fingers, turn the wrists and the ankles. Draw the legs together, and if it feels good, stretch the arms up overhead. Give yourself a nice stretch. And then hug your knees into your chest one last time. Hug. And then roll to the side. Use your hands and your arms to gently help you come up to a seated position. Draw the palms together at the heart center. Together we inhale through the nose. And let it go. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week. The light in me honors and it sees the light